Vissel says, I have known him for 10 years. Someone says it means I still know him. Even though it belongs to past, it's a present action because it's a long-term verb like live, work. Okay, let's try to clarify this. You can't say that a verb is a long-term verb. That's the wrong way to think about this. Yes, it's true. Verbs can be things that continue for a long time, right? And saying something like live is different than saying something like nod, right? That's usually a single action, and live is something that can go on for 20 years or 100 years or 1,000 years, right? So yes, but we still don't usually break verbs down in that way because live and work, they can be used in a much shorter term way. Okay. So let's try to get away from that because I think that just confuses us. The real question here is, what the heck is present perfect tense? I think that's the real question here. And how is it really used? And is it really talking about the present or is it really talking about the past? Or both? Okay, so let's restate the question. I have known him for 10 years. Does that mean that I still know him? Does that mean that I only knew him in the past but don't anymore? Or does it mean that I knew him in the past at some point 10 years ago and I still know him? And the answer is number 3. I still know him, and my starting to know him is not in the present. That's in the past. So we're talking about a period of time. The present perfect tense can be used in different ways, but is often used to talk about an action which is true at the present moment, but which didn't begin just now, which began in the past. Days ago, weeks ago, months ago, years ago, decades ago, centuries ago, millennia ago. What else do we have? Epochs ago. Can't think of any others. So it's useful because then we can talk about a period of time. Okay? If I see you sitting down, eating breakfast, I can say, I thought you were going to wait for me to eat breakfast. How long have you been eating? Say, I've been eating for 20 minutes. I thought you weren't joining me for breakfast. Okay, so now that's an ing. So there's a sense of continuity. I'm still eating breakfast. I'm doing it now. I'm eating breakfast, and it started 20 minutes ago. But it doesn't have to be ing, because if I say, I've been here for 10 years, it's not an ing, but it's the same idea. I'm here still. I'm still here. Here I am. I'm here, right? And I started this state of being here 10 years ago. Now, you can use since or for. For is to talk about the time period, for 10 years. Since is to talk about the beginning point, since 2011. So if I've been living in this city for 10 years, then I can say, I've been here for 10 years. I've been living here for 10 years. I have lived here for 10 years. I've been here since 2011. I've been living here since 2011. I've lived here since 2011. All correct, and they all essentially mean the same thing, with the slight difference of the ing giving us a slightly stronger feeling of the continuity of it being now. Like the eating thing would be perfect for that. I'm doing it right now. It's like ongoing action, a very clear action that I can see. Eating, nom, 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 right? Been living, okay. Been knowing? No, we don't say been knowing, right? I would say I've been friends with him for 10 years. I have known him for 10 years. I have been friends with him for 10 years. I have known him for 10 years. What it means is, yes, I know him. I have been friends with him. Yes, we're friends. And that friendship started 10 years ago. And the period of time is 10 years. You could also say the starting time. I have known him since 2011. I have been friends with him since 2011. All of those are okay. Now, there are other ways to use the present perfect tense, but the most common is this. We have a present thing which is continuing, which is still ongoing, that is not in the past completely, but started in the past. If it's in the past completely, then we're either going to use the simple past tense. I knew him for 10 years. I don't anymore. Maybe he died. That would be the only way we could say it. Because even if you're not friends, you could still say you know him, unless he's not there anymore. Or maybe he lives on the moon or something. Well, even then, if somehow you don't know him anymore, let's just say that, then we might say simple past. I knew him for 10 years. Or some past action happened and we want to talk about a period of time before that past action. I was friends with him for 10 years until he moved to the moon. And now we're not friends anymore because he thinks that Earth people are bad. And he said, we can't be friends anymore because now I live on the moon. Then that would be past perfect tense. That's a different one. It operates in a similar way to present perfect tense. It's all shoved into the past. I hope that answers your question. That's as simple as I think I can make it. I hope it's clear. Practice it, though. You really got to get a feeling for it. And I'm glad you've had this friend for 10 years. That's fantastic. I wonder if it's hard to maintain a friendship when one of your friends lives on the moon. Guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. Also, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the like button or the thumbs up button. That helps the channel tremendously. Also, make sure to check out my full courses in the links in the description. They are on sale